What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Pursuit of Progress podcast. As always, I'm Adam Lang, and I'm not with my co-host Ben this week, but he'll be back very, very soon. So can't wait to have him back in the studio with me. But today, I want to talk to you guys just for a quick episode, 10 minutes tops, but it's all about action, imperfect, messy, real world action. So before we get started, guys, let me just ask you a quick question. And, let me just see what you think about this. What idea have you been sitting on? Is it a business idea? Maybe a new fitness plan? Maybe you want to launch a YouTube channel? Maybe you're on the fence about switching careers altogether. Whatever it is, you're probably telling yourself that, you know what, I'll start when it's perfect. Well, guess what, guys? Perfect never shows up. And by the time it does, somebody else already built the thing that you were dreaming about. So today, I'm giving you the permission to start ugly, because ugly is fast, ugly is honest, and ugly is how you actually grow. So let's just jump right into this one. I've got a few different parts that I put together for this episode. And the first one is all about the lie of perfection. So let's just say that out loud together. If you guys are listening to me driving to work, maybe you're at the gym, maybe you're just walking your dog, maybe you're just sitting on the couch, wherever you are, I want to just really just do this with me, guys, out loud. I don't care where you're at. Just say this. Perfection is the world's best excuse. Perfection is the world's best excuse. It makes us feel productive without actually doing anything. It masks fear with research. It hides procrastination behind planning. We tell ourselves all the time that we need more time, more experience. We need a better logo. We need a cleaner website. We need the right camera. But the truth is, we're just afraid to look small, afraid to fail. Most importantly, for a lot of us, probably afraid of what people might think of us. Dan Martell says it best. He says, version 1 is better than version none. Version 1 is better than version none. And I agree 100%. I'd rather show up and look rough than stay quiet and stay stuck, because you can't edit a blank page. You can't improve a habit you never started. You can't grow a business that's still stuck in your notes app on your phone. How important is that, guys? Just think through that. You cannot grow a business that's still stuck in your phone, because version 1 is better than version none. Ugly starts, and then real stories happen from that. Let me give you a few quick personal examples of this. If you guys don't know, I have a YouTube channel for my real estate business. And my first YouTube video, it sucked. Awkward pauses, bad lighting. I had no idea how to even look at the camera. But you know what? It's still up and it still gets views. And I'm proud of it because it started something bigger. Same here with a podcast with Ben. Our very first podcast episode, we talked too fast. The mics were kind of messed up. They were picking up all this background noise. You could hear Ben's dogs, going crazy in the background. But you know what? People still message us saying, you know what? This really helped. Thank you. We're going to keep listening. It's just crazy how you think that maybe, you're not helping or you're not, nobody's benefiting from this, but maybe they are. You never know. And, I'll use one more example, which is kind of tied into real estate, is my real estate brand, Adam Sells Denver. I didn't have the perfect logo. I didn't have the right CRM system. I didn't have certain scripts or sales, resources available to give people for free. I didn't have any of that stuff, but I started showing up, and I don't even know how to really phrase this, you guys, but I showed up, I served people, and more importantly, I learned just by doing. And now helping clients win in one of the toughest markets ever. And none of these first versions were perfect, but they were real. And real beats perfect every time. So another thing I want to talk to you guys about is how action is more important than aesthetics. And here's what I've learned firsthand over the last several years is that the world does not ever reward perfect. It rewards consistent. It rewards value. It rewards visible. And none of that happens until you press record or write that first post or send that email, start the reps at the gym. Maybe if you're in real estate, schedule that first open house you've been dreading, or launch the new product that you've been talking about for the last 3 years with your partner. Whatever it is, if you're not embarrassed by your first version, you without a doubt waited way too long to launch. And that's actually coming from Reid Hoffman, who is the founder of LinkedIn. Let that one sink in. The founder of LinkedIn is telling you, start before you're ready. You're not supposed to look like an expert on day one. You become one by taking action, by being in the game. And I'm going to add one last thing to that, you guys. If you really want to connect to your audience, you have to be authentic and you have to be vulnerable. And the best way to do both of those is to just be honest. When you do that first episode or maybe that first blog or whatever it is, that product that you're thinking about launching, be honest with your audience. Tell them. You don't have to, make them worry that they're buying something that's inferior, but just be honest and open with them about just you're being authentic. This is going to get better. I'm using you guys maybe as my first test audience to see how this product can get improved over the next year. Whatever it is, just being honest and open with your audience can really do wonders when it comes to this specific part, which is just getting started. And then the next best thing after getting started is feedback. The feedback loop is really what can start to help grow your business or whatever it is that you're working on improving. When you start ugly, you unlock one of the most powerful forces on the planet, and that is feedback. Feedback is amazing. You get data, you see what works, you learn faster than anyone else that might be sitting on the sidelines. Also, it helps you because you can make these micro adjustments. Maybe you can tweak that message a little bit, maybe tighten up your system. You build resilience. Starting ugly isn't about lowering your standards. In fact, it's actually about getting in motion because clarity and confidence come from action, not from theory. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. What can you start that's ugly this week? Let's get practical. What are you overthinking right now? That blog post that you haven't published, or maybe that investment that you've been researching for 9 months, maybe that brand or that offer or that habit or that phone call that you've been avoiding. Pick one, just one, pick it. And now do a 1% version of it this week. Write the draft. Don't worry about publishing it. Maybe make the video, even if no one sees it. Maybe start the workout, even if it's only for 15 minutes. Maybe it's going live on Instagram, even if you stumble through it. Success loves speed, and speed requires courage. Not confidence, but courage. You're going to feel awkward. You're going to feel unsure. You might even feel like you're just not ready. Well, you know what? Good. That means that you're doing it right. That should be a signal telling yourself that you're on the right path and you're doing what other people aren't willing to do to make a difference. So again, guys, here's a reminder as I close out this episode, as we're starting out here in 2026, the people who are going to win this year won't be the ones who waited until everything was perfect. They're going to be the ones who started ugly and got better while they moved. So let go of perfect. Just take that first step. Launch the version that embarrasses you because it might be the one that actually frees you. This is the Pursuit of Progress podcast, and progress, my friends, is always messy at the start. Hit play, take action, start ugly. Let's go. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know it was quick. If you guys have any questions, always feel free to reach out. Go to adamstillsdenver.com. You can also book a free 30-minute, I call it a real estate strategy session, but really anybody can sign up for one. And I just love to connect with you guys and maybe find a few ways that I can provide value and help you guys out with this, because I have people that I lean on, and I want you guys to do that the same way for Ben and myself if we can help in any way possible. So looking forward to seeing a brand new episode with you guys next week. Until then, have a great day. Have a great week.